Today we're going to be discussing about the Android versus iPhone user. So I've always been curious about which one is really the best phone. We're gonna be interviewing average consumers, people who don't really know much about technology. So let's go. Before there was Apple and Android, there was the IBM Simon, deemed the world's first smartphone. The IBM Simon, codenamed Angler, was released to the public in 1992. Simon's was the first phone to ever feature a touchscreen function. Along with the touchscreen, email access was the first major selling point, as well as fax, something rarely used today. Similar in 1983, Apple created their first touchscreen prototype. However, this phone was not mobile. Instead, it was a stationary landline. The all-white design featured a stylus to interact with the screen. Unfortunately, the touchscreen landline was never released to the public. Officially, the first iPhone was released in 2007 and had tremendous success since. In 2017, 216,076,000 iPhones were sold, and in the first quarter of 2018, 77,032,000 iPhone has been sold. In 2008, the first functioning touchscreen of Android phone was released, the HTC Dream. The original Samsung Galaxy was released in April of 2009. Since then, Samsung has been one of the largest Android phone companies, selling over 79 million phones in the first quarter of 2017. Similarly, smartphone users are expected to reach 2.5 billion users by 2019. Of these 2.5 billion smartphones, it's 1.1 billion active Apple devices and 1.4 billion active Android devices. Okay, now we're back. So I went from a Samsung 6 to an iPhone 8 Plus. And I've been using the iPhone 8 Plus for like 4 days, and I've used the Samsung 6 for 2 years. And honestly, I don't know, I don't really know where I am in the spectrum, whether if I'm actually an Apple fan or an Android fan. So I got these two people who are die-hard Apple fans and die-hard Android fans, and we're gonna see their opinions about it.
Hi guys, I'm Claire. So I am in Team Apple, and I've been using Apple for more than 5 years, and this is my new iPhone 10. For a girl, the most important thing is it's beautiful, and it's full screen, and its camera is very good. Many people use Apple nowadays, especially my family and my friends. Though it's a little expensive, but it's very worth to use it.
I'm Samara, and I'm a proud owner of a Samsung Note 4. It's a little bit old, but it does the job.
So why do you like Android?
I like Android because, it's a lot more durable than iPhone. Just before we started filming this, I dropped it on the floor, and it's still fine, thank God. And I don't know, to me it's a lot more consumer friendly and easier and lasts a lot longer in a lot of different ways compared to Apple.
Let's get ready to rumble!
So Samara, what do you think Android does better compared to Apple?
The fact that you can customize it and make it more personal and set different settings that help you in your day-to-day life. Like, for example, I can just unlock my phone and see the weather without having to go into an app, and I have a Google search right on my home screen, so I don't have to go into Google and do all these different things. So I think the widgets and are extremely helpful, and that's something you don't get with the Apple. And the fact that it's very easy to set your ringtone to something fun, whereas it's a lot more of an extended, difficult process with Apple.
So, Claire, same question, but what do you feel that Apple does way better compared to Android?
Well, I'm not familiar with Android because I don't use that. But one thing I know, if you have an Apple product, you can use the AirDrop. AirDrop is very convenient. As long as you turn it on, you can deliver pictures or records between Apple products, and that's what Samsung. I guess Samsung doesn't have that function, right?
No.
So that's what I like about Apple products.
So, what do you guys think is a good phone from our older users, like our parents, who don't really know much about technology, or let's say?
Both my parents use Android products. My mom used to live for Apple products. She had always had the brand new iPhone. And then I think one day she just got tired of it. I don't really know why, but she decided to switch over to Android. And since then, she's been so much happier with her phone. And she finds it's really, easy to navigate, easy to use. And my dad mainly uses his phone for work, a lot of emails and everything, which can be a little bit tricky sometimes when you have to deal with all of that on a phone. But, it works really, really well for him.
And Claire, what do you feel?
Oh, it's very simple to use. If you just wipe it like this and enter your password, and if you lock it and attach the screen, and if you
You can't see your screen now. So before I had an Android, I had my mom's old iPhone 5, and it was an alright phone. It wasn't anything super special. I was just happy to have a phone type of thing. But probably the main reason I'm against Apple is because of how easily it breaks. I dropped that phone a few times, and every single time I dropped it, I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be completely broken. It turned out to be fine. The one time my mom picked it up to bring it to me, she dropped it on the floor, and the screen was just completely shattered. To the point where I could take giant chunks of it out of the screen and hold it up. It didn't function at all anymore. And I went for almost a year without a phone before I got this one, which was my dad's old phone. And I've dropped this phone, I've accidentally thrown it, which was weird. I've dropped it on concrete. I've dropped it a million times, and it has almost no damage. There's just a little bit of a crack in the screen. But, the one time I dropped my iPhone, the screen was completely shattered. And, nowadays it costs more to replace the screen than it does to buy a new phone. So that's why I really, really appreciate the work Samsung puts in and Android puts into their phones, because it's far more durable than an iPhone, I think, ever.
Okay, so what device do you like using, Android or Apple?
Apple,
Why?
because it lasts longer.
And what do you mean by longer?
The battery lasts longer than an Android.
What else do you like about Apple besides the battery?
I really like how it feels.
What do you mean by that?
And when I touch it, it feels nice.
Okay, fine. Which one do you think kids like better, Apple or Android?
I think if they're younger, they might get an Apple phone. So I think they might get Apple because they might have not get Android yet. So they might like Apple, but I'm a Samsung user right now. But I'm hoping to get Apple in the future.
I thank you.
Hi, my name's Doug, and I'm kind of technologically retarded, but I have an iPhone, but I think my next phone will be an Android system like a Samsung, actually, because I noticed my friend and I were taking pictures of the identical scene, and his pictures were so much better than mine, right? So I think I might, for that reason, and also I'm kind of suspicious of Apple, where every accessory or everything that you want to add on to this has to be, like I this, I that, right? And whereas I think a Samsung will just, any Android system, so it's more diverse, right? So not bad for a techno dinosaur. Bye now.
Hi, my name is Lisa, and I am a new proud owner of the Google Pixel 2 phone. I used to be a iPhone sheep, and every year I would go out and I'd upgrade to the newest iPhone, the latest and the greatest. And I finally got sick of that because I started to realize that their technology was at least 3 years behind Android. So I went out and I got the Google phone, and I'm very happy with it now. I love the picture quality. The storage is incredible because iPhone, every single time I always had to do new upgrades, and I was always getting messages saying you're out of storage. I got sick and tired of that. I'm so glad that I have the new Google phone. It's Android. Anyway, there you go.
Well, if you ask me, I'm still pretty neutral about both sides. Both teams gave good reasons for why each phone is the best. But I want to know what really is your thoughts on which is the best phone.